Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DBL Playoff Preview Part 2. Today, we're going to be looking at the Conference Finals and Finals. The four teams that are left are Golden State Warriors, Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the East is led here by two top teams. I mean, they've won 69-72 games, based ironically around Lance Stevenson, who is formerly in Indiana, and Paul George, who's still in Indiana. Well, if you look out west, you got Golden State and Denver, which are two solid teams, but in my opinion, neither of those teams were expected to be here. I expected to see Houston or Utah, and unfortunately, I did expect OKC to take you down last round, Fikey. All right, so we'll start looking at the teams, and here we go. So the first team we're going to look at is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Fikey, what do you think about the Cavs?
I think the Cavs, if you look at them historically, they are now in the 96 Bulls category with a 72-10 record. I mean, this team will go down as one of the greatest of all time. It just depends if they can get the cherry on top.
Yeah, they're definitely in a really tough matchup here. And the last team to win 70 games in the real NBA was the Warriors, and they also failed to win the championship. So it's going to be an interesting series. They are healthy this series after having major injuries in a 7-game series against Toronto. So I don't know. I definitely think that they got to be the favorites here. Lance Stevenson is a dominating force. Lorenz Noel and Cousins are both great. Now we'll take a look at another team, the Indiana Pacers, which I'm the GM of. Fikey, your thoughts on this team?
This truly is Dirk and Steve Nash final ride. And I think, personally, if my Nuggets were not in this, I would be rooting for the Pacers so hard, mostly because I want Nash and Dirk to go out as champions.
Yeah. They're combined 80 years old. They are skeletons.
I mean, if you look at this picture, this was taken in 1998, nearly 20 years ago.
I mean, it's going to be a very interesting series, and I think Nash might be one of the X factors in the series. He only played 5.8 minutes per game this season, but his 5.8 minutes per game also resulted in a game-winning shot during the second round series against Detroit. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. Paul George, obviously the reigning MVP, probably going to win MVP this season. We'll see how it goes. Zach LaVine's a pretty solid number 2. Interesting move between we're looking at a real win-win trade, in my opinion, here, where Lance Stevenson going over to Cleveland and LaVine coming over to Indiana. I don't think either team is upset with how that trade went down, as they're both in the conference finals. Now we'll look at the West. In the West, we got the Golden State Warriors, who will be without Elfrid Payton. What do you think that impact is going to have on their series? Do you think they would have beat Denver with Elfrid Payton, and do you think they'll beat him without?
I think with Payton, there's a serious chance that they win. I think their chance goes down to maybe a 20 or 30% without Payton, because, I mean, at this point, it's just Drew Holiday and Curry, and then a bunch of scrubs on playing every other position.
Ray McCallum will be playing big minutes in conference finals. Did not think I'd be saying that. Brendan Wright, Ray McCallum are 2 of their 5 starters. It's going to be interesting. They've made the decision to bench Troy Daniels after he really struggled in the playoffs so far. It's going to be interesting to see if that move pays off. It's a big free agent acquisition for them. And now we're going to go take a look at final team, Fikey. This is your team, the team that you predicted would be here back at the start of the season. No one saw that coming, but here we are. Denver Nuggets. In all honesty, you've got to be considered in the GM of the Year category here. Mikey, what's your long-term outlook for this team? Do you see being a perennial contender? Do you regret the Anthony Davis trade at all?
The AD trade was probably the most marvelous thing I've done as GM, otherwise than drafting Tim Hardaway or maybe even Karl-Anthony Towns. We'll have to wait and see if he becomes a star like I expect.
All right, so with that, we'll get into the sim here. All right, it bring you guys over okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I will zoom in. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to sim the first 2 games, and then based on where the series are, we'll live sim through the rest, rotating between the 2, okay?
Yeah,
so,
sounds great.
First sim of the conference finals. Here we go. We are seeing Denver picking up a win, no surprise there, and Cleveland blowing out Indiana. Indiana really struggling. Paul George with just 6 points. Cleveland without Kilpatrick having a great game from Cousins, Jay Crowder, and Lance Stevenson. But Noel with just 4 points. That's got to be a little bit of a disappointment there. Now we'll go take a look at Denver. Denver's game. Give me 1 second to pull that up. Really, it was the Tim Hardaway show. He went off, shot 23 shots in that game, including not including 7 free throws. Meanwhile, the team effort, it's actually Brandon Wright coming up short in the starting lineup. No one off the bench really doing much besides Glenn Rice. And that once again putting Denver up in the series. We'll see how game 2 goes here. All right. Game 2, a second win for Cleveland and a tied series out west. So we'll take a look at this win for Cleveland. Harrison Barnes goes down with an injury, and despite decent play from their starters, they just didn't really get over the hump, and they lost, unfortunately, to Cleveland, led by here you're actually seeing a bad game from Crowder, and the guy that really came up big for them is Lance Stevenson with 12 free throws. Absolutely insane. Kevin Love comments he had 17 and 11, not too bad there. Now we'll take a look at the Western Conference series here.
Yeah.
All right.
94-97, a great close game.
A 3-point game, and it came down. It doesn't say who hit the final shot, unfortunately, but we can assume who it was. It was probably Steph Curry. Let's be real here. A great win for Golden State. They really needed it to stay alive. Ray McCollum going off for a huge game. Drew with just 4 points. All right, so now we're going to go into the next series. This is a huge deciding factor game for Denver
Indiana.
Golden State, so we will watch that game. All right. Fikey, you're posting these live, right?
Oh, no. I was just going to post the end result of the series.
Oh, okay. All right. So looks like going into the half, Denver's up going into the third, and Golden State pulled ahead, led largely by Steph Curry and Glenn Rice Jr. In the fourth quarter, Denver down 3 now. This could be a close game.
No.
10-point game thanks to a impressive play by Rashawn Holds and Steph Curry. And that might be the game there. See if they have a chance to come back in it, but not looking good for Denver. I think Denver is going to pick up the L here.
Look at Curry, man.
Yeah, Steph Curry just having a phenomenal 24-12 game, and Denver might be in it.
Hey, if T-Mac can come back 13
Iman Shumpert hit a big basket. Denver is down 3 with 37 seconds.
Down.
Warriors have the ball. Bogut will turn it over. 24 seconds left. Shumpert for the lead misses. Rashawn Holmes with the board. Golden State could just hold out the clock. Anthony Davis fouls. Tyler Harvey is at the line. He hit one, missed one. Tyson Chandler with the board. Anthony Davis will turn it over. That's the game. Tyler Harvey hitting free throws, coming up clutch for his team. What a close game. An excellent fourth quarter performance from rookie Tyler Harvey. He's averaged 7.6 points per game this year from being the 25th pick in the draft. Biggest moment of his basketball career.
And Indiana wins too.
Indiana picking up the win. That's huge. They stay alive. They largely picked up the win, it looks like, due to Zach LaVine, the former Cavalier, the monster game. I think we're all excited to see there. All right, so we will do a live sim now of the Indiana game. All right. Pause at the end of the first. Oh, and I just went right by that. Okay. So we'll do a halftime. Indiana is up. You got to be happy if you're Indiana. I am Indiana, so I am happy. Big three, putting up big stats. Marc Gasol not really doing too much, though. And Steve Nash has hit 100% of his shots in this game. If you look, meanwhile, at Cleveland, it's the Lance Stevenson show, 24 points and a half. I mean, He's
I mean, Lance is going to make him dance.
wow. Lance Stevenson has led his team on an impressive 11-2 run to start the second half. Now they're just 21-5 in the second half.
Wow.
Lance Stevenson, they're
Now that's that
29-5 in the third quarter. What is this? An utter collapse by the hands of Indiana.
that is some Steph Curry in the finals type stuff.
Yep. So a 38-16 half sees Indiana down big. Can they recover in the fourth quarter? Doesn't seem particularly likely. They just let the hole exasperate and get even larger. Indiana now in a 3-1 hole. An utterly amazing performance by Lance Stevenson. If you're Indiana, you got to be wondering, change lineups time here. We'll go take a look at the winner of the huge Western Conference game, and it's a tied series.
Let's go.
Up the win here. We'll take a look at how that went.
Can you just not watch the games for us? Because I feel like when you do, we lose.
No. 27 points for Ray McCallum, a huge performance, but not enough to offset Anthony Davis's monster game. All right, so you want to ping the GMs and see if they want to make any moves with the current standing?
Yeah.
Just these 4 GMs, please, Fikey. King Indiana, I will make my moves. If Cleveland is watching this, they can replicate.
I'm just gonna send it to the teams that are not currently in here.
Okay. And I think
Okie dokie.
all right.
What moves are you making?
I lowered Marcus Hall's minutes, boosting Steve Nash's minutes.
Can you go to my team real quick?
I'm going to bench Gasol and start Saric.
Wow.
And we'll give Levine a plus, and we're also going to cut out the bottom of our roster here. It won't play at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 0 some people.
Pella minus, and we'll put. Yeah, I think that's what we'll. People making comments about Steve Nash on crutches. He is a very young man. He is only 42 years old.
He's very young.
All right. Fikey, you ready?
Yeah, let me make some rotations.
Do you want me to move over to your team?
Yeah.
All right, here you
go. So put Iman on plus.
Having 2 really big games so far for you.
Scroll down. 0 Ronde for now, and Daewon.
All right. Cool. I think Golden State. Did anyone else put any moves? I'll check.
I'll check. No, there's been no moves.
All right, cool. So we'll get into the live sim here, and this live sim is going to be the Denver Golden State game.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm giving it to you. All right, so
you're almost as bad as Korzemba.
or
yeah, Stephen A.
So going into the second half, Golden State's up 8 points.
You know how Stephen A's on like a 7 final streak of getting it wrong?
Yeah.
That's you.
We're looking at Steph Curry with 12. That's the only big thing there. All right.
Team effort.
Yeah, both teams really just well-rounded in this case. I mean, you already have 5 10-point scores, but look at that. Karl-Anthony Towns with a fat 0 points mostly through the third quarter. We'll have to see if he gets going in the fourth. He could be the real X factor for them here down the stretches. Golden State does lead by double digits at the start of the fourth. Curry having a huge game. We'll see how this progresses. Does not look good. It looks like a team effort led by Drew Holiday, Steph Curry, and co. will hold out.
Please don't sim my games.
Oh wow,
Oh,
wow. We have a
we made
run
late
here.
comebacks.
We've had a big run. We'll see how that goes. Bogut is now at the line shooting for Warriors. He misses one, but he got the offensive board, and McCallum with dunk. And with a minute 40 left, Denver is down 5. Ty Lawson hit a big 3. Anthony Davis steals the ball from Bogut. Lawson with the dunk. Ty Lawson, 5 points in
Dunked.
5 seconds. All right.
Oh,
Glenn Rice with the bat hits the go-ahead. Warriors up 2. Bargnani in the low post
why is
misses.
Bargnani in the final minute of a game?
Um, you can ask, don't matter. It's a long story. Andrew Bogut gets the rebound. Ray McCallum with the layup. That might have sealed it. Bargnani with the dunk and the one off the Ty Lawson feed. And Bargnani with the free throw. He hits it. Tyler Harvey attempts to go ahead. The 3-point up dunk misses. Ray McCallum fouls Anthony Davis at the line. He hits 1. He hits 2. Denver leads. Tyler Harvey misses a potential game winner. Anthony Davis with the board.
Let's go.
Bargnani at the line. He hits both. All right. So
Bargnani, you're clutch.
Golden State has the ball. 10 seconds left. Down 3. Come on. Hurry, right? Andrew Bogut will dunk it at the buzzer. It's over. Bogut dunked it at the buzzer.
Oh, Bogut, you're stupid.
Oh, that is rage-inducing.
Yo,
Wow.
don't matter. Fix the game.
All right, and we are seeing Cleveland knock out Indiana in a historic series here.
Let me get a pick of that so I can put it
Steve
in.
Nash with 13 points and what could be his last game. Paul George and Levine both go for 35. It is not enough as just a team effort, really, but Marcus Cousins the biggest reason why. We'll go to the playoffs, and we will have live sim for a huge Game 6 to determine who's going to go play Cleveland. I can't believe what we just saw from Andrew Bogut. Let's focus on that, not Indiana's early elimination.
Yeah, Bogut's sort of stupid.
All right, so here it is. Huge Game 6. And
23-23.
really close at the end of the first. It's tied. Let's see what it is at halftime. At halftime, Denver's up 3. And then start of the fourth, Denver went on big run in the third. I don't know if Warriors will be able to recover. It looks like it's going to be a Denver-Cleveland. Yep, it'll be a Denver-Cleveland finals thanks to Anthony Davis, who had an amazing game. Another bad game from Karl Anthony Towns, who played just 13 minutes. But Iman Shumpert.
Check McRoberts real quick.
McRoberts played 16.
And he had 9 points. Okay, Cat. It's
Ironically,
time for you to get benched.
Bargnani's actually been the biggest part for you. So
we're starting Bargnani.
Starting Bargnani over Towns?
Yeah. Sorry.
Not a problem. All right.
Okay.
All right. So looks like we got everyone here. We're just going to get straight into it. Any roster changes for Cleveland? I don't see any roster changes for Cleveland, so here we go.
Wait. Got it. All right, let's start it.
All right. And it's 23-23 at the end of the first. And at halftime, it's 44-52.
My goal is just not to get swept.
And Cleveland is way up at the start of the fourth. This game might be, an utter Cleveland blowout.
At Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland taking the home court and winning here. 26-26 from CP3 and Lance Stevenson. Now we'll just go straight into game 2. I think Cleveland's looking at a potential sweep here.
Please don't say that. That's rude.
End of the first, it's a double-digit game. Halftime still at double digits. Let's just hope Denver steals one here because I don't think that's going to happen. A 32-point blowout in Game 2.
Can I just not watch this? This is
Game 3.
This is tough.
Yeah, it's looking like another 30-point blowout, most likely.
Don't live Zoom.
I don't know if I don't know if Pikey can take any more of this. Game 4, we might have a final series without a single game within 25 points.
I mean, Cleveland was by far the best team this year, but I didn't think it would be by 25 points.
Hey, look, Denver's within 3 at the end of the first.
Let's go.
Going into the second half, they're only down 5. This could be the closest game. Denver's up. Denver is up in the second half.
We did it.
They've won this is the closest they'll get to winning the series. Give them this. They're up big. Wow.
Yes.
An utter blowout. A great
Cleveland blow a 3-0 lead.
So as of now, it is a 3-1 series in 2016 for Cleveland.
AD, you're playing for your life, man.
We'll see how that goes here.
Oh.
16 points at the end of the first.
AD, you tried your hardest. TSJ, you tried your hardest. Conley.
Oh, down 1 point at the end of the in the second half, down just 2. This is a fairly close game.
Shumpert with 16 is dominating.
See, Denver,
Cat off the bench with 14.
Denver has trailed all game. They have not had the lead, but they have just been ahead and or just been behind. But it looks like with 44 seconds left, it looks like the DBL champion will be the Cleveland Cavaliers. You've got to look at this. Lance Stevenson, a big success.
Why'd you trade him there? You know, it all would have been avoided if you didn't trade him there.
Congratulations to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're the champions. And we'll take a look at the Finals MVP, Lance Stevenson picking up his ring. LeBron James nearly averaged a triple-double this season for Houston, winning MVP. Defensive Player of the Year going to Paul George. Harrison Barnes winning Sixth Man of the Year for Indiana. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist winning Most Improved. And Rookie of the Year going to Frank Kaminsky.
What?
Devin Booker finishing second in there, with Lance and Paul George finishing second and third, respectively, in MVP voting. And Dwight Howard remaining a runner-up candidate. Meanwhile, Dirk Nowitzki would retire, but Steve Nash does not
retire.
At 42, at a 30-something overall, he does not retire. He will win a ring. All right. So with that, we'll call this in.
That should just be the DBL meme.
Yeah, the draft will be in 2 days, and stay tuned for that. Thank you, guys.
Now it's time for draft.